Dr. Gregory Haughton here, three-time Olympic medalist and world champion in track and field. Eugene is around the corner. 2022 is here, and we want to know who is going to continue to dominate their event or who is going to fall off the chart altogether. I put together my top picks for 2022. I want to see your comments in the comment section. Tell me if I am on point or tell me if I am way off base. 2022 is here. The World Championship is here. We want to know who will continue to be the best version of themselves, or who will continue to struggle, or who will rise to the occasion. So I'm going to go through the list, and I'm going to go by alphabetical order just to show that I'm not trying to be biased in any way. One thing we know for sure, that the World Championship will be in Eugene, Oregon, and I can promise you that the American athletes will be at the top of their game. One thing we also know for sure is that the American athletes always perform well when they are at home. And this is the first World Championship on US soil, so we can expect some of the Olympic champions to retain their title and maybe even to break world records. So the first person I want to talk about today is Elaine Thompson here, the reigning 100 and 200 meter Olympic champion and Olympic record holder. Now, Elaine has moved on to a new club. She has a new coach. She has a new management team. And the truth of the matter is, no one can really say how well Elaine is going to perform. I am sure that deep down Elaine believes that she can continue dominating her event. As I said before, she is the Olympic record holder in the 100 and the 200 meter. She is the Olympic champion in the 100 and the 200 meter for Jamaica. Now, what can we expect from Elaine? Will she continue to dominate her event, or will she fall off because she's not working with her current coach, who people believe knows enough about her and are able to put together a plan? Now, I can say that the plan of action for 2021 for Elaine and the MVP group was spectacular. She picked her races correctly. She stayed close to home. She competed mainly in Florida for the early part of the season. She gave her body enough rest. She gave her injuries time to heal. So, we don't know what she will do in terms of the planning. We just have to wait and see. But there is a big question mark for Elaine because no one truly knows what she is capable of doing. And I'm sure she is confident. I think her team too is confident that they will continue. But for me, we have a big question mark. I think I will monitor her closely for the first part of the season to see if she maintains that shape that she was in 2021. Without a doubt, all eyes will be on Elaine, and I am sure that just like others, they do not know what to expect from Elaine, but they hope that she can continue her dominance in the event. The second person we're going to look at today is Sydney McLaughlin. And for those who do not know Sydney McLaughlin, she is the American 400 meter Olympic champion. She is also the record holder for the 400 meter hurdles. She competed only 1 year in college. She went to the University of Kentucky, and because of her performance, she decided that she would turn professional in 2018. As I said before, she is the first woman to break sub 52. She is the Olympic champion and the world record holder, breaking the world record twice. First time she broke the world record, she ran 51.90. At the Olympics in the final, she ran 51.46 seconds. Now I can tell you that when you have a new kid on the block who performs so great, the sky is the limit. No one truly knows if she can continue that dominance of the event. No one truly knows if she will lose her level of focus for whatever reason. But one thing I can say is that Sydney is very focused. She has an experienced coaching staff in Bobby Kersey. Yes, that same Bobby Kersey who coached Alison Felix, Jackie Joyner Kersey, and many others. So she's in a good camp. And one thing we know for sure is that when it comes to making decisions, her camp is an expert at that. They know how to get the best out of their athletes. So I am hoping that Sydney will continue to stay focused. She will be competing at Eugene. I hope Sydney will continue the dominance. I think that performing on US soil will give her that advantage. And I can tell you, as the world record holder in the 400-meter hurdles, she is confident, and I'm sure that she is going to be hard to beat. The next person we're going to look at is Dalia Mohammed. And Dalia was the former world record holder in the 400-meter hurdles before Sydney broke her world record. Now I can tell you that Dalia Mohammed is no joke. She is a champion. She broke the world record multiple times. In fact, even though she finished second at the Olympic Games behind Sydney, the times were very close. I can tell you that Dalia will come out for 2022 with fire. She knows how to win. She is the current world champion in the event. She set that world record in Doha when she ran 52.16. Now she is the second fastest woman in the history of the event by running 51.58. So I can tell you, this is going to be a wonderful matchup. Now, the beauty with Dalia is that because she is the reigning world champion, that she will get a bye going into the world championship game in Eugene. So she has enough time to strategize what is best. Will she run at the US trial? Will she run throughout the season? Or will she pick her races carefully to make sure that when she defends her world championship in Eugene, Oregon on her home soil, that she is fit, focused, and ready to give Sydney the competition of her life. So, to be honest, no one can really say who is going to win this event, but one thing we can tell you, that there will be a show in terms of the women 400-meter hurdles. Now, the other person, which is also another American, that I think that people will not sleep on is Gabi Thomas. Yes, Gabi is the third fastest woman of all time in the 200 meter with a personal best of 21.61 seconds. You know, she set this at the 2020 US Olympic trials, and she won the bronze behind Elaine Thompson and Christine at the Olympic Games. Now, I can tell you that she made statements that she believes that she can break the world record in the 200 meter. And I'm sure that people may think that what she is saying is not correct, that she is just a figment of her imagination. But I can tell you that Gabi does have the ability to break this world record, 21.61, the third fastest time in the world. I can tell you that she will come out for 2022 with a bang, because she too has something to prove. And again, she will be competing on her home soil, which will also give her the advantage. And I can promise you that America will throw everything behind their athletes, because they want to make a statement to the world that they are back. So, what can we expect from Gabi? I personally believe that she will be the number one contender, even though we have Elaine Thompson. And because of that question mark that we talk about, we have to wait to see the type of shape that Elaine Thompson era will be in before we can give her the advantage over Gabi. Gabi will have the advantages in terms of age and in terms of home soil and in terms of the resources that will be put into making sure that she is a force to be reckoned with. So the fifth person that we're going to look at today is Shelly Ann FraserPrice. Yes, Shelly Ann is the reigning 100-meter world champion, so she will get a bye going into the World Championship in 2022. Now, Shelly has demonstrated over the years that when it comes to championship races, that she will always be prepared. I know a lot of people may believe that she fell short at the Olympics, but I think that she did her best. Well, I think that she performed well, but if you talk with Shelly, which watching a few of her interviews, she made it very clear that the Olympic 100-meter performance was not her best. So what can we expect from Shelly going into 2022 World Championship in Eugene? Shelly is pretty much aware that this might be her last World Championship. So I am sure she is going to go in with the mindset that it is hers to win. She wants to go out in style. Now, there are some question marks here because what Shelly Ann Fraser is trying to do, the only other person who have done it successfully is Merlene Ottey in terms of age. Shelly Ann will be 36 for next year. I think that Shelly believes that age will not make a difference because her dedication and her focus is at its highest. Now, what can we expect? I think that Shelly will go in believing that she can win. She's going to do everything in her powers to prepare herself to come out on top. But this is going to be a tough one because she has to compete against the other person, which we will talk about later. But we will see that this World Championship for Shelly is not going to be easy because if Elaine is on the top of her game and if others are on the top of their game, it will not be an easy defense for Shelly Ann Fraser. What can we expect? We can expect Shelly Ann to come out with a fight, and we can expect her to perform at her best because when it comes to championship races, Shelly is not afraid to give her best effort. Now, the other person that we're going to talk about today is Shacari Richardson, because I know that 2021 was not a good year at the latter part of the year, and I think a lot of people may try to cross her off the chart as a contender. But I can tell you that Shacari Richardson will be a force to be reckoned with because she has put behind her the issues of 2021. Now, people may not know enough about Shacari. They saw her competed early in last year. They saw her running fast times. But running fast times is nothing new to Shacari Richardson because when she was a freshman at LSU, she ran 10.75 seconds to break the 100-meter record at the National Collegiate Athletic Association, NCAA Championship. Now, this is no joke. To have a 19-year-old running 10.75 is no joke. So she is not a stranger to winning. Now, Shacari has a personal best of 10.72 seconds, and she is the 6th fastest woman of all time and the 4th fastest American woman in the history of the 100 meter. So what can we expect? We can expect Shacari to come out with a bang. We can expect her and her team to strategize her training, her competition, and they will select carefully the races that she needs to perform well in to make sure that at the US Championship she's at the top of her game, and at the World Championship in Eugene that she is at the top of her game. We can expect a lot from Shacari Richardson. She is young. She has a good team around her. Her management is intact, and she has the mind of a champion. So it's not going to be easy for Shacari, just like how it's not going to be easy for Shelly Ann and Elaine in terms of the 100 meters. but at least we know for sure that they have the resources behind them, they have the team of people behind them, and they have the talent to back it up. Now, lady that I want to talk about that will be a force to be reckoned with in 2022 is Christina Mumba. Now, I know people may say that because of her situation and the testosterone issues that she has been faced with, that she might not be a force to be reckoned with and she is running at an advantage over the others. We hear the stories. But one thing we can say for sure is that she is not afraid to give her best. Now, she lost the Olympic 200 meter, even though she was unaware that she would be running the 200 meters, but because of the decisions that were made by the IAAF, forced her to take on an event that she did not want to do. Now, I know a lot of people might not look at it this way, but the only time Christine has lost a 200-meter race is at the Olympics, with short amount of time to prepare for the 200 meter. She was undefeated after the Olympics. She is young, she is focused, she has something to prove, and I can tell you that the 200 meter in Eugene is going to be very competitive. Gabi is going to be there. Christine is going to be ready. We're not sure what Elaine Thompson here can do with her new team of people around her. But if Elaine continues building on what she had for 2021, that race is going to be epic. Another athlete that we're going to talk about today is Sharika Jackson. Well, with Sharika right now, she will get that undivided attention from the MVP group because Elaine Thompson here is no longer there. Now, before the end of the season, we heard a few things as to some of the eruption that may have prevented Sharika Jackson from being her best. It is said that Sharika was not given that undivided attention, but she will now get that undivided attention from the entire coaching staff of MVP. How will this impact her future, both in the 100 and the 200 meters? Will this make her bigger and better? Will she now become the number 100 and 200 meter female athlete for Jamaica? Now, the truth of the matter is that Sharika is still young. She made a few errors last season, and we can expect her to fully learn from these mishaps that cost her an Olympic medal. I think that if she gets it together fully, if she gets that undivided attention, and because of the situation with Elaine and the MVP camp, I am confident that Coach Stephen Francis and Paul Francis will have something to prove because they now want to transform a Sharika Jackson into the number one sprinter, female sprinter that is, for Jamaica. So, if all goes well, I can see Sharika Jackson coming into her own and I can see her dominating the event because with the new experience for 2021, she was able to dominate the 100 and the 200 meter. So we can say that the future looks bright for Sharika Jackson. The other person that we're going to talk about is young Brianna Williams. Yes, before Sharika came on the scene, young Brianna was comfortable at being the number 300 meter sprinter for Jamaica. She really did not spend a lot of time running the 2, and I can understand why she did not do so. But now with Sharika becoming the number 3 candidate on paper, and with Shelly Ann and Elaine being the top 2, we want to know what will be the future for young Brianna Williams. She is no longer a teenager. Can she rise above the expectations and be comfortable again within the top 3 position? Who can she depend to fall off? The advantage that Brianna will get, since Shelly now get that automatic berth into the World Championship, that gives Jamaica the opportunity to send 4 sprinters. So there is still a chance that young Brianna will come into her own, and I'm sure that if she can get into that sub 11 seconds, that she will have a good shot at representing her country again in Eugene for 2022. Now the final person that we're going to look at today is Shaunae Miller Ubo. Now she is the reigning 400 meter Olympic champion. She won in 2015. She won in 2016. She won again in 2021. She is the world champion for the 200. Her future looks bright. I think that she will continue to dominate the 400 meter. We don't longer have an Allyson Felix, whether a young or an older Allyson Felix. And because Christine is not competing in the 400 anymore, at least for now, this will give Shaunae Miller a comfortable position in staying on top. Now Shaunae Miller is unusual in the sense that she has the height, she has the speed, she has the mind of a champion, she is very disciplined, and these things give her the advantage. Now, she's no longer with her agent that she spent years with together, so we don't know how that decision will affect her on the track. One thing we know for sure is that she has good representation, she has a good coach, and I am sure that they will put things together to make sure that whatever additional advantage Shaunae needs, that she will get it. Now, these are my top 10 picks. I want to hear your views. I want to see if you agree with my opinion on this. So, I thank you all for listening. I want to hear your views. Who do you think will be your top 10 pick for the World Championship in Eugene? Can Shacari be victorious? Can Shelly Ann continue to dominate despite her age? Will Elaine Thompson Hera new team make her dominant in the event? All these things and more, I want to hear your thoughts. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to my commentaries. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so. But let me read your views in the comment section. I am Dr. Gregory Haughton. Have a blessed day.